if you watched the news, you might think that the president, in his Labor Day speech this weekend, has your concerns at heart, that he is going to try to really help create jobs for American citizens. The same goes for the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. They cry a good game, but when it comes down to creating jobs, they're not just dragging their feet, they're asleep at the wheel. They have no concern for you or your families, because if they did, they would have created jobs for you already. And there is a very simple, effective, and efficient manner to do so. It is heartless, and it is villainous, some might say, but it would get the job done. And we're talking about long-term work, not short-term census work that comes from the government. I'm talking about jobs in your local community where you live 90 days from now. My proposal yesterday was on how to create 300,000 new jobs in 90 days. I slept on it, and it got the wheels in my head turning. And I now realize that politicians, as many of them as there are, as sneaky as they are, as slimy as they are, cannot stand up to me now, because there is an army of unemployed Americans, many of whom are desperate. There are hundreds of thousands, millions of teenagers who would like to have a job, more than 4 hours a week in, work. Because right now, teenage unemployment is at its highest level since record-keeping began. Unemployment has disproportionately hit Americans who do not have college educations. If you do have a college education, the unemployment rate is 5%. For everyone else, it's much, much higher. Let's get real here. Right now, there are millions of illegal immigrants working in this country under false pretenses. They have fake social security numbers or stolen social security numbers. Many of them work in decent jobs. It is a myth to think for a second that all of the illegal immigrants in this country work on the farms. That is a blatant lie. Many of them work in, for instance, Nevada, in the casinos there. And to those of you in Las Vegas, you know that the casinos pay decent wages, and they have so-so benefits. So I ask you, if you're in Nevada and you're unemployed, why shouldn't you be working at the casino? Why should someone who came into a country, our country, who snuck in and broke our laws, benefit? Meanwhile, your unemployment benefits are running out, and you don't know how you're going to take care of your children. Well, I have the answer for you, and I intend to enact it in this country, if I have to do it myself. There are millions of illegal immigrants in California, and there are millions of Americans who don't have work in California. To those of you in small towns, I can assure you that if my program were followed, it would create jobs in your city. I don't want to take my mask off. I don't want to go out into the world, face to face, and confront the politicians of our country. I have no desire for fame or infamy or notoriety or any of the above. I like how things are for me now, but I realize that there is a duty that we all have to one another, to your fellow man, your fellow citizen. Our soldiers protect our country from physical harm, but we have a duty to protect our country from political and economic harm. It is our sole responsibility to protect our family. So, that being said, I will hunt down the politicians wherever they are speaking publicly, in the town halls, in the press briefings, wherever I can find them. And I will drag this issue into daylight. I will drag it kicking and screaming for the entire nation to see. If this must turn into an ideological war, then I say, let it begin now.